a short clip that was on TikTok. It's playing now. Hey guys, first one, first video, just a YouTube video, but a video where we can all learn something. Um, you know, if people have pen and a paper, they can write down notes or anything. You know, I'm assuming you're watching this video on YouTube and you're watching it from a different country and you're wondering what's really going on. Um, let's get started. Today, first lesson, I want to talk about identity. I want to talk about identity because, who am I? Who are you? Who am I? Who are you? And there is two sides to this, and I'll speak about myself. There is two Israel. You can only see one, but there is actually two. And I'll explain it to you why there is two. So there is two Israel, but you can only see one. The first one is the Israel that is shaped by the environment. So when I was a kid, the environment that I grew up in, the country that I grew up in, what my parents told me, what my friends told me, everything I heard, everything that I watched, everything that I've done, every single one of those things shape who I am today. For example, the challenges that I've been through in my life right now has shaped that Israel. If I did not go through those challenges, I wouldn't be that person. So that's the first one. The second Israel is, now listen to this secret. Listen to this secret, very, very interesting. Like, just listen to this secret. In every single human being, there is a secret identity inside the heart. And it manifests itself as a gift and as a talent. So each one of you out there, you have a gift, you have a talent, right? Each one of you out there, you have a gift, you have a talent. And what you don't know is that your identity within you, it doesn't matter what environment you grow up in, you have a secret identity. And that secret identity is the identity of your gift, of your talent, of what you really, really like, not of what people telling you to like. So in that case, me as myself, I have these two identities. But the truth is this: that first identity is not really my identity. It's just a shell that I built a shell around me like scales from different environments. But the true identity of who I am is always inside my heart. So if you're doing something in life that your parents told you to do and you don't like it, you're not really satisfying your true identity. You're satisfying other people. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, well, I have a 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. job. I have a 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. job. I don't want to do that job, but I have to make money and feed myself. So if that's the case, how can I be my true identity if my true identity can't feed me? Here's a trick to this. You can still be your true identity, but you can't be your true identity from the start. You have to learn how to be your true identity. In other words, you can take on different jobs. For example, when students are growing up, students are going to school, students are going to high school and university, they don't start their job from after they don't start the after university job right away. No, They work at fast food. They work at they sell lemonade. They work at different jobs. As a teenager, you're working at different jobs until you finally went to university or you find your trade that you wanted to do, but you're working at different jobs. Those different jobs are still different jobs that you wanted to do to get to your job. So in that way, I think I really wanted to talk about identity because I wanted to talk about destiny, and I really wanted to talk about who I am as a person and the value between the two identities, and in a way why the two identities matters. Because the reason why they matter, it's because in order for you to become, in order for you to really be the true identity that's within, deep within your heart, your true self, you need to go through the first identity. And the first identity is whatever environment you are in right now. So right now, you could be a lawyer, a banker, you could be anything around the world right now. You could be anything, doing anything at different environments. Some of you have grown up in rich countries. Some of you have grown up in poor countries. Some of you have grown up in medium countries and all that. But your environment cannot decide who you are. Your environment can influence how fast, how slow you get to who you are. That's why when my environment is heavy, when my environment is harsh, I don't let that environment affect me. Because in another case, when you think about this very carefully, there's people who are suffering more than I am. There's people around the world who are suffering more than I am. And yet, these people are suffering more than I do. They have a high tolerance of suffering. I'm not suffering much. How can I complain? You see, different environments. But the identity is all within ourselves. So when I say we have those two identities, I'm talking about the first identity is the identity built by your environment. That can always change. That can always change because that identity is not your true identity. That identity is what you've been told, is what you heard, is what you're copying, is what you're doing to please other people. So in my case, I'm aware of those two identities. I'm aware of my true identity. But in order for me to become my true identity, it's a slow process. It's a really slow process. For example, you might be a person who wants to work around the world and for a different medical company or a different Doctors Without Borders or Médecins Sans Frontières. You may be that type of person that want to do that job, but you're stuck in Italy, you're stuck in Algeria, you're stuck in China doing something else. But within you, you want to do that other job. You don't want to be where you are. It doesn't happen right away. It's a slow transition to, first of all, start rejecting your environment slowly, but slowly. You will get there to actually who you are. I have my true identity of who I want to be. 2 years ago, I was asking myself, how am I going to get a massive audience? How am I going to get a massive audience to listen to me? How is that going to happen? But slowly, I just started embracing my true identity. And then somehow, things are connecting together. Things are starting to connect together. Slowly. But this doesn't start until you realize that what is your first identity that you've learned from this world, that you've learned from this environment, and what is your true identity within you, your true desire. What do you actually want to do? What do you actually like to do? and that you must decide for yourself. So, as part of your first homework, um, as part of your first homework, just go and um, and just reflect on what you really, really want. It's deep within your heart. Since childhood, since you were a kid, since you were a little child, your true identity is deep within yourself. You just had to give it up because of your environment, or you thought your environment was too harsh. But the truth is, you should have just started accepting your identity, your true identity, slowly. I'll post this video on YouTube, and I hope you liked it. It's the first one. I'm a bit nervous. There's no script. I'm just gonna speak. But if you have any questions, just go on YouTube and type my name and comment your question. I'll be happy to answer your question. Thank you.